Yeah, big cow imbuzi, I came to kill. Like an eagle, absorb the game. I came back stronger like Vicky Vic. God is a witness, and Zinagum Shiso came with a heat, I resemble the sun. BOZARPS, no sleeping on me.
Hi there, welcome to the VAD podcast on the Bontle TV, Bontle Entertainment. Yeah, my name is Bontle, I'm from Madlere, Mawez. We're back again with another video on the I'd say soon to be great channel on YouTube, which is called Bontle TV. I got my boy here, Chabiso Matubako, aka Bozo Raps. How you doing, my boy? Sit still. Yeah.
I'm good, and how about you, bro?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. So, um, so we're contemplating here on what content that you guys need on this podcast. So in the comment section, just try and tell us what to do, what to talk about, what to change, what to not change, what to improve on, and so forth and so on. So today our topic is gonna be where it all started. Where Bontle TV started, where I started, where everything started. How we got to build this platform from approximately 0 subscribers to what it is right now, which is 1,500 subscribers. In within a year or two. You know what I mean? Because we only started being consistent last year. So where did it all start for you, my boy?
From my perspective,
Yeah.
like it started way as I didn't know anything about like acting,
Yeah.
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 And then as you came up to me, you told me that
Yeah.
maybe I should try this and that. Like I didn't even know what I was doing at that time,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like
I think you were in grade what? 9, 8?
isn't like yeah, I think it was grade 9.
Grade 9, grade 9,
Yeah.
yeah. I was in grade what? I was in grade no, I was in first year.
Yeah,
First
you
year.
first year, bro.
Yeah, I was in first year, yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it's been a journey though, and
Yeah.
I've grown from whatever that's been happening throughout. And as we have been consistent, we have grown so much.
Yeah, too
from
much.
From zero, bro.
Hey,
Like I
yeah.
remember the days, the
Yeah,
nights, and everything that was happening. So yeah, I feel like it's been a journey for me.
Yeah. Take me back. Because I'll talk first and then you will talk first. Okay, let me start because you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm the Bundesliga. To be honest, I just got a smartphone. I was bored, and what we would really do, like usually do around like the place that we are, we always play soccer. And jeez, I can't talk with these girls. I can't. I can't talk with these girls, guys. Yeah, so I want that fluent English to come out right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we would always like play soccer, and most of the time,
I do remember those days.
yeah, you know what I mean. Every day. Let me not say most of the time. So always we were bored, But being the creative that I am, I've always had that sense of creativity. You understand?
Yeah.
So with that being said, I gathered all my friends at that time. Then I told them, guys, let's just make something new. Let's try something new. Let's have fun with this thing. I have this concept of shooting a series that is based on activities of young people in our location, especially the township culture and stuff like that. So with that being said, some of them were skeptical at first. I was like, I just want to try a new thing. You know what I mean? I just want to see what I can do with this thing. Because coming from an acting background, I wanted to learn how it is behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Because as you can see, I have a qualification in acting, but I don't have a qualification yet in production, which is being a director or producer or stuff like that. So I had to tap outside my comfort zone. And yeah, so I gathered them, and we shot I wrote the story, and then I gave out scripts. They didn't even know what a script is.
I do remember that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. people were like, "Yo, what's going on here?" Because I I wrote the script in English. That's how scripts are written. They're written in English, then you have to translate them yourself
Your
as
own
an actor.
language.
Yeah, preferred language that you use. So with that being said, yeah, they had it difficult, man. I remember the first scene quite well. We were go Padzima, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
know
yeah,
Padzima. The
yeah.
first scene, it was like five guys, and each of them had a line, like one after the other, one after the other. I remember correctly that episode was 7 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. But we shot that 7 minutes
Yeah, it was 7 minutes.
footage the whole day, because people were like hesitant, scared, afraid of not
Mm-hmm.
of being in front of the camera, which was like um
They were nervous.
was they were
Yeah.
nervous. It was understandable. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
So with that being said, yeah, we shot that for like the whole day, and I was still not impressed because I'm a perfectionist. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm also learning how to edit. It was my first time editing. It was my first time shooting. Everything was like just like our first time. It was
Mm-hmm.
like a fun experience. I don't want to say it was very fun. And with that being said, we shot it,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
you were not part of it. You were not part of it. You were part of episode 2.
Two. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember too.
So let me just explain the story of Touches and Moves. So Touches and Moves was all about I think there were five or six friends that hang out together, but each and every one of them are different. They live different lives. They have different belief systems. You know what I mean? So with that being said, um, so then their lives are then seen how different they are apart from when
Right.
they're together. Because when they're together, it's all fun and games, but each and every one of them
Yes.
are depressed or something
Yeah.
like that. Like something's happening in their lives, but they're not afraid. They're afraid to speak.
Yeah.
They're not comfortable
Mm-hmm.
in speaking their lives. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, which is 99% of men don't speak. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
bro. Like for real.
99% of
Like
men
for real.
have put on masks. Let me just say it just like that.
Basically. Mm-hmm. Each and every
We
day they do that.
yeah. That's what they say. Indoda ayikhali ngesizulu. Uyabo.
Lord.
So yeah, so that's when we see as viewers their lives unfolding in front of us. So they're very different. There's one who's focused on sports. There's one who's focused on girls. There's one who's focused on crime. There's one who's focused on intellectual things like books and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And then there's one who's very I'd say very deep because they love smoking weed and always thinking outside the comfort zone, going to an extraterrestrial realm. You know what I mean? So that's when we see how it is in our location, which is very true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are very different,
Mm-hmm.
and
Everyone is different.
so then there's this one called Letabo, who was a nerd, and then when the story unfolds, his friends betrayed him by stealing his laptop. Then when they stole his laptop, he retaliated in being violent.
Being violent,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Firstly, he lost his mind. Literally, he was crazy, and so he lost his mind, and he they left evidence of who they
They
were.
were.
They left
Yeah.
that yellow ball,
Yeah. I
when
was about to say that.
they went to his house and to his room, and they took his laptop. So yeah, as I was saying, so that's when we see the story unfold. I think we had 2 seasons of Touches the Move.
That's a move.
Yeah, two
Yeah, yeah,
seasons.
2 seasons.
No,
Isn't it
two,
like
three,
I feel like
We have
it's-
3 seasons. 3 seasons of Touches the Move.
yeah.
3 seasons. So if you haven't watched Touches the Move yet,
Oh
you
yeah.
better go start right now. Go to the oldest video in this channel. So take me to your first scene, second episode of season 1, Touches the Move. What was going through your mind? Da 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 da. How did it go? And how was I being the director at that time to you at your first scene? bear in mind that when you were acting with those people, you're not used to them. You don't even know them. Most of them, I feel like you only knew 2 or 3 of them, but you're not close to them, which means there's zero chemistry to expect. But there was chemistry. So yeah, take us through it.
You know, when I first shot the scene,
Yeah,
like I was a bit nervous.
of course. Yeah,
I was a bit nervous
it
because
was
like,
the toilet scene.
yeah, the toilet scene,
Yeah,
like it was easy,
yeah.
but for me it wasn't because
It looks easy. It
It
looks
looks
easy
easy,
on
but-
paper,
but
but
wait,
you do it because you know why I'm saying that.
no,
It's the way in which the scene was going
yeah,
and who those people are.
Mhm.
Those people were criminals. We call them goons. Goon
Goons,
1
goon
and
one,
goon
goon
2.
two.
You know what I mean? Before you had a character name, you come from far, man. It was. I remember the scene quite well because they were sitting while just talking, and then the 2 goons came.
They just had to appear,
They
basically.
just had to appear and
Yeah.
be on the scene, and then from there on, the scene, the camera was pointing there to them with the perspective of Jovis looking at the goons. You know what I mean? Because the goons peeped in, they didn't like appear like guys, we're
come
here. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
like, come here, type of thing. You know what I mean? So when the perspective of Jovis saw them and then he went to them. And then from there on, the camera was showing the perspective of the goons, showing to the crew. You know what I mean?
Their reaction.
Yeah, the reaction basically. From there on, it was like, it was brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, take us through it.
Yeah, as I told you, I was funny about nervous because like I didn't even know the character that I was with.
You didn't know it, yeah. You didn't even know the
basically,
guy.
that's why. But as time went by, as you came and guided me and what I should do and how I should do it, I felt more comfortable.
Comfortable,
I felt more comfortable. But it was one of the best scenes because like I couldn't get over it that
Yeah.
day. I couldn't get over it that day.
Yeah.
It's because the characters I didn't get used to, but as time went by, I had to get used to the characters and
Fast. Yeah.
it didn't take
Yeah.
and yeah, I feel like that's what happened.
Yeah. So how would you say, because you know me personally, because I'm your brother, how would you say I am on a personal level and when we're shooting something? 2 different people.
2 different people for real. Cause I've seen you, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen you. Like I know you personally, but when you have to act, you know I
Or
always
work,
tell you,
yeah.
you know I always tell you that, yo, now you cannot shoot with us.
Yeah.
Because, like, what you're doing to us is gonna be
Because personally, you know I'm very chilled. You know, I'm always laughing.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah,
When we
me
shoot,
too.
but when we shoot, I go to the other side. I don't know because I become very
Professional, I
strict.
would say.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
professional. Yeah, that's the word, professional.
Professional.
You know what I mean? I want things to go the way I want them to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and people don't understand that. They say maybe I'm rude or something. No,
A lot of people say you're rude. I don't know how they are. I don't know how people are.
Yeah, I feel like that is very preposterous because I'm not rude at all. But with that being said, and then what happened? The story developed, and you became a really hardcore criminal.
Yeah.
And what did you do, Konja? You went and
I went and took the laptop. Remember?
yeah.
I went to the laptop.
Yeah, you took the laptop.
And I took it to the guy.
Gwenyama. Yeah, you took it to Gwenyama. Yeah, who was like notorious. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and then what happened then? You met at the that was before getting you met at the abandoned stadium toilets.
yeah,
and then
yeah,
you guys
yeah.
went to see the TV.
Yeah.
Then you guys killed the security
security
guard.
guard.
The security guards, and and what happened? That was end of season 1.
And then I had to work for him. Everything he says, I have to do this and that.
Yeah, and you had to work for that guy from Gwenyama, and then you guys kidnapped or what? No, you didn't kidnap him. They kidnapped Letabo.
Yeah.
With a taxi.
Oh yeah.
They kidnapped Letabo with a taxi, and then it's crazy, man. seems like a long time ago, and it's just like 1 year 8 months, I think. Yeah.
Too many memories.
So then kind of Gunwan had to swap roles with you, saying you should go with the tower to fetch the diamonds.
Oh yeah, yeah,
God,
yeah.
God.
Oh God.
And I mean,
I remember.
and then yeah, that's how it went. And then you guys got the
We got the diamonds,
you got the
yeah.
diamonds. You know, after
Yeah,
a while,
after
yeah,
fighting.
after fighting. You know what I mean? Because yeah. So then after that, it was season 3. Season 3 was all about relationships, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
all about relationships because we the one of the most of the main actors from season 1 and 2, we had to let them go because people all of a sudden had egos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like,
I do
they were
remember,
saying
I do
things like, if they're not there, there is no touch
Just
as
a
a move.
move.
You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, because I have this mentality, bro. I have this mentality of I need a reason to do something. So if you're gonna give me a reason, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? So I had to prove them wrong. That no,
Whether you hear or
you're
not,
not. We're gonna do this.
we're
thing.
gonna do this.
You know what I mean?
The formula is right.
And then we shifted the storyline from, you know, gassy culture, gangsterism to more relationships and a calmer season because we had relationships between Katleo and Katleo, and then we had relationships between what was his name? It
I
was
don't
not
remember.
by the time it was not Opa. It was remember him, man? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I do remember
Let me
him,
let me
but
let
I don't
me
remember the
let me
names.
let me remember. Because he was dating Bali. Manana, he was dating Bali.
Yeah.
Stompy. It was Stompy. Yeah. Then it was the relationship between the pastor and the wife.
The wife. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? And then we had to take a sabbatical from Touches a Movie. It's not over yet. We're still writing Touches a Movie. It's gonna come back. Apologies for people who loved the show, but it's gonna come back with a different twist this time.
Soon.
And then let's talk about the big elephant in the room, the series that really made things move. Like Touches a Movie. You know what I mean? That's a bottle. But that's a bottle. Which was Living a Life.
Wow.
Take me through it. Very deep one. Not fun like Touches a Movie. That one was very deep. I don't know I was crazy or what when I was watching that thing. Maybe I'm deep. I don't know.
You know when you guys told me about Living a Life,
Yeah.
I didn't even know what to expect.
Yeah.
But what I saw happening,
Yeah.
it was like, damn, this is mind blowing.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Because it's crazy.
Because it's relatable things.
And each and every season comes up with its like topic.
Different twist, yeah.
So Living a Life is deep. It focuses more on life experiences and people feeling relatable to what is happening.
Yeah.
So Living a Life is very deep and
tell us about Utsili. Tell us about Utsili.
Wow. Okay, let me talk about
from the start.
From the start.
Start. Who is Utsile? Why is Utsile this way? Stuff like that.
Okay, so Utsile is a boy from
a rich family.
From a rich family. Yeah. You grew up with glamorous and all.
Yeah.
You grew up
glamour.
Yeah. Can I please take these off, bro?
Yeah.
Can I please take these off?
Take this off and finish. I told you these things it's just for flexing. It's not for taking this one. It's a different one. This one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Utsile is different from the other characters in the house, and Uzile likes he has a big ego because very. He has a big ego.
He's also a narcissist. He's only thinking about himself.
Yeah, basically he puts himself first before anybody else.
Precisely.
And then so when he came back from university, and then he didn't experience to live in poverty, so he had to just experience what he was experiencing at the very time, and he had to change in the process of whatever that's been happening. So
for just for the backstory now, Living a Life is like there's a series whereby there's a wealthy family, three or four kids, and the mother and the father, and then the mother and father passes away from the first episode already, and then now they were from a wealthy family, so then they had to relocate to the location, which is the township in a shack. Now imagine going from a mansion to a shack. How the drastic change that was, so they had to try to adapt to the situation. You know what I mean?
To change
but
the ways.
In the same context, the older siblings didn't tell the younger sibling, which is the last born, which is Utsile, his character, that his parents are no longer alive. You know what I mean? So he comes whereby, number one, everything is changed. Whatever used to believe in is over. His life has changed, but he doesn't know his life has changed. You know what I mean? There's no house, there's no money, there's no parents. So there's nothing. There's nothing. You know what I mean? And he still has that spoiled brat mentality that he always had. So that's living life. So now we see how the different family dynamics play themselves when they're trying to adapt. So that was season 1. So tell us, continue from where you were.
So I was still talking about the character.
Yeah, character.
And so he had to learn through the process, even though like there was some ups and downs.
Yeah.
And he had to adapt to the changes. And he had to grow.
Was it difficult playing Utsile?
At first, it was.
Yeah. In which criteria aspect?
I would like to say, let's speak about the language first.
Yeah,
I'm the only person speaking
Utsile is only he speaks English. I forgot to say that. He speaks English. Yeah.
He's the only person that speaks English, and the other people are speaking the
Sesotho.
Yeah. So basically, if I cannot understand what he said, for me to respond.
Yeah.
So
and you need to answer in English.
English.
Everything has to be in English. Yeah.
So basically, it was harder first, but as time went by, like
how was being emotional? Was it hard? Because at Touch is a movie, you're not emotional. You're not playing an emotional character. So now you need to play an emotional character who have just lost both of his parents, and basically what he believes in his life. So was it difficult to play that?
It was not really difficult.
All right.
Cause like at first, like I was wondering, how am I going to tap into the emotions and everything? But it wasn't really hard.
Yeah. All right. So you were saying? You were saying? Carry on from where you left off.
Oh yeah. So through the process of living your life, I found myself. Yeah. Basically, the person that I've never really.
Are you saying personally or?
I'm saying personally, bro. So Utsile like reminded me of actually what was happening in my life,
living life,
and the experience like that I've.
That is why it's called living life.
Yeah, because like I've lived the same life that he was living, so I had to just work through the process. So I feel like Utsile's character right now is gonna be based on.
So how did you grow as a performer from Touches a Move to living a life in your perspective?
I felt like
which things that you would do, what are the things that you were doing before that you're not doing now, that now you know are not correct when you're performing?
Firstly, I had an issue of smoking.
All right.
Because like that to disturb my mind and everything that I was actually doing.
Yeah.
And learning. I was ignoring it first.
Personally?
Yeah, personally. Right. I was ignoring it first. And then I had to change those things, like just listening, bro. I couldn't even listen. Like I always had a big opinion about myself. Yeah. So I started listening to people and started asking for advice. Basically, even from you, remember. So right now everything is different. Personally, the character has changed.
All right. So how is different? How is living a life different from Touches and Move?
I feel like Touches and Move focuses more on gangsterism. Focuses more on.
I'm talking about the environment and the actors.
Oh
yeah.
Basically,
Changes the Move was a mess.
Changes the Move was a mess. It was real.
It was all over the place, literally,
all,
because we even shot all over the place.
yeah. So I feel like living your life, we taking more effort. We take more effort and we just push limits. Like we don't have limits.
You know, there was this other day I checked on the channel how many actors have performed or acted for Bontle TV. The number was crazy, man. The number was crazy because it was something like 45.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are these people now? 45.
From 45 to like what, 4?
No, like right now we're only two. There's only the two of us. We're speaking about the channel, but it's been 45 people in the channel. I don't talk to 45 people on my phone. So I'm wondering, where are these people right now in life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to show how life moves, you know, how unpredictable life is, and in the contrary, it is what it is, man. Life goes on.
We do accept
move on, and touch is a move. So yeah,
it is a move. That's a wow, bro.
you know what I mean? No pun intended. But yeah. So I'm just happy about the future. We have big plans coming on, and new shows coming on, and we I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that we only did one episode of Everybody Hates Stitch.
Wow, bro.
We only did one episode of Everybody Hates Stitch, and people were nagging me, bro. Bring back Everybody Hates Stitch, and it's on like 500 views right now, which was crazy because it was like I like trying new things. I was just trying new things.
But that one was
real
club,
sitcom, you know what I mean, with a different spin to the original concept of Everybody Hates Chris. So don't worry, guys, gonna come back, and Disky Fresh is also gonna come back. It's crazy, man. I've been working.
Making a comeback, eh?
You know what I mean? Disky Fresh is coming back. The podcast is gonna push and push and push and push and push. We promise to every episode, one episode a week from the podcast. I feel like that's that's reasonable. Yeah, you know what I mean, I'm still trying to figure out the date where we know it's a given that the podcast is gonna come out on this day. And I mean, maybe a Saturday or a Sunday. I don't know. You know what I mean, or during the week. So we'll figure it out. And yeah, man. And if the name of the podcast, Good Vibes, is not the one, please try and find a name for us in the comment section, and we're gonna move with it, you know. And guys, be patient with us. We're gradually growing on this platform, you know, as a production company, as a channel. So obviously we're gonna invest in the equipment. We're gonna invest in the production and the quality of the production, because more importantly, I believe in quality over quantity. You know what I mean? The lesser, the better. The better. No, I don't believe in this concept of the more the merrier. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. With that being said, I feel like we have reached the end of the show. So. Oh, I haven't.
You haven't told your start of the view
of what?
Living your life, did you?
I have. So yeah, what do you do also? You a musician, you also have a YouTube channel. Shout out to your YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel? And what do you expect from the YouTube channel?
I'm an artist.
Talk to that camera.
I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Boza Raps, aka the All Love Boza. So I expect
we always pushing limits.
We always pushing limits.
Yeah.
We don't even have limits.
Yeah, man. There's no limitations to this shit.
So yeah, the best is still yet to come, and expect nothing but greatness.
Yeah. So you're a musician. Where should they support you? So just go to your channel and like and share, comment, and subscribe to your channel.
My channel, my handle is They All Love Boza. They All Love Boza. Please share, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, please do that for the boy, and please like, share, comment, subscribe on this channel as well. I promise you nothing but fire episodes coming. It's gonna be crazy. We have a lot of guests lined up, and yeah, man. With that being said, this is the end of the show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking already. I speak things into an existence. And thank you for subscribing. And you've been, let's put our grills on, man.
Thank you
You know
very
what I mean?
much.
Thank you for being patient. Is it?
You got this.
Is it? No way.